Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. It's good to be back after a much-enjoyed vacation and much-enjoyed Miami Heat Summer League ass-kicking of the Toronto Raptors tonight. That was Goosey's galore, dude. I mean, it really... You want to talk about Heat habits and why this may be the greatest Miami Heat Summer League team, not only by talent, but just by attitude, because today... It was death by 1,000 cuts to these poor-ass Raptors because Miami comes in here today. You need to stay undefeated. It is a hotly contested Summer League. The four teams get to move on. Margin of victory is the tiebreaker. So Miami was not only going to go for the win today, they were going to go for blood. And they go and end up beating the Toronto Raptors today by 36 points. 109-73. But perhaps the most impressive out of all of it was the final score after the first quarter, 32-7. And they were just so tenacious on defense, and Coach Dan Basacchio and this entire crew, preaches the Heat habits and preaches the Heat ways. And I don't think you have so many guys and so much talent. You hope that the Miami Heat are going to be able to keep a lot of these guys or keep them within their system. But all of these guys are proving themselves to really just have that DNA in them. And it's not going to be the 32 that they put up there. It's going to be just completely humiliating Toronto into more turnovers, 9 than points in the mother bleeping first quarter. It was just a great performance, and really, who continues to be the catalyst of it all, and that's Isaiah Stevens. He just continues to be a complete engine for Miami. When I was away, it was. I gotta be honest with you, I did not know, and the DR is gonna be such a pain in the ass to get ESPN. Not easy, and even trying to get like the pirate streams was not fun. So I was doing a lot of the watching via YouTube and watching it via social media. But this guy has been an absolute marvel. And the way that he gets his teammates involved and immediately starts the game with a lob to Kel'el Ware, who we'll get to because I think he's probably the most interesting part of the game just as an individual standpoint. Then he gets it to a kick to Swedish Swish to Pelle Larsson, who not only got one, but 2 and 1s in the first quarter. Isaiah Stevens was covered up. He throws up, an alley-oop to Kel'el Ware again. He was playing like an absolute fiddle. They get out into this game. They start off the game on a 13-0 run. This poor bastard who was coach of the Toronto Raptors didn't even know what the hell hit him. And what hit him was Isaiah Stevens, who just kept carving up his poor-ass defense. Guys were just getting after it. They were just forcing misses on Toronto's end. Isaiah Stevens finds Josh Christopher, who got going again for his fast start. He got a couple from downtown. He started off 3 for 4 from downtown, Josh Christopher. So his start on top of Isaiah Stevens with his 5 assists in the first quarter were definitely the driver of all of it. But, Miami really, you want to talk about why this stuff matters to the Miami Heat. And I think this is a point of it. Why do you send a Jaime Jaquez to Summer League? Because you're going to show immediately it matters. Yes, Jaime Jaquez is obviously outclassing all these dudes, and maybe some of them won't be in the league, and you could be the ultimate pessimist bastard if you want to be. But Miami tells you and shows you this stuff. It's like the wrestling. It's still real to me, damn it. The Summer League is real to me, damn it. Take it easy, man. This matters to them. It matters. And this is one of those games where you just were, completely they're coming out here. They're making a complete statement today. The score at halftime was 61-24. It was a laugher. It was not a competitive game by any means and by any stretch of the imagination. But, one of the things that's been interesting in watching all of this is you wonder, how much more are the guys who got their offers pulled? How much more are people going to look at those guys and say, hey, we are going to poach them for the Miami Heat? And those guys are Cole Swider, who today finishes with a team high 21 points. Obviously could shoot the lights out. He's 4 of 8 from downtown today. But we've seen can absolutely get on a heater where he's hitting 7, 8 from downtown. Alondes Williams Day, he actually had the shot going from downtown. Typically the guy who had that was crazy. That was one I could not miss on vacation, dude. Where like this dude cocked it back like a damn Looney Tune, like he was in Space Jam with the dunk of the summer from Man. So that one I absolutely did not miss this summer. And you know, he today he was a sniper. He had it going on from downtown for Miami. As far as probably the most interesting aspect of the game today, it's always watching Kel'el Ware. You're watching your first round pick and where can he improve? What are the things? And I definitely can see in like some of these where like I don't think I don't think that in a game where you're up by 40, legitimately 40 for most of the game, those are always the best to judge a guy who very clearly has a physical domination, a physical advantage over his opponents, because that was very clear. Is like, oh, who is the most talented player on the floor? You could probably say, like Isaiah Stevens, savviest player on the floor. Cole Swider, most pro ready. You could probably look at a Pelle Larsson doing, but like it was pretty obvious who's the most talented guy on the floor. I thought that pretty obviously is Kel'el Ware, your friendly neighborhood Kryptonian. And then we finished today with 17 points. Yeah, there was some meat on the bone. I think if you wanted to nitpick and be a bastard about it, you could probably look at a couple baskets and be like, yeah, there was some around the rim. He tried a couple from downtown too. Neither one went down. He tried those looks. He did get to the free throw line a bunch today. 8 free throws today for your first round pick. But 17 points, 10 rebounds, 4 steals, and a block. You know, that would be the only thing I think you could maybe quibble with about it. But like, you're being a real rat bastard if that's the case. And some of the numbers that this guy has been putting forth in this summer league, you could just tell. Like, this guy is absolutely going to help immediately. I think when he gets the pro guys around him, the right type of guys around him that are going to feed him, put him in the right spots, chirp in his ear, get him in even better places to succeed. And that's also considering the Miami Heat have been already doing a good spot at, because you haven't had to make a lot of excuses for him. He's put up those raw numbers. He's put up those raw numbers, and he has put those places. But I think that those in between marginal places, this is a tough game to judge something like this. This game was an absolute laughingstock from the end of the first quarter, and a lot of that you could put on the presence that Kel'el put immediately and put his fingerprints on immediately to start this game. And so now Miami goes into the weekend. Yeah, is this the best Miami Heat Summer League team of all time? It was funny, they mentioned on the broadcast today, 2012, Miami Heat had a record win by 50 points in the Summer League. But if you were to come out of this and you were to talk about how many guys are you genuinely not only excited to watch their development, but really would like wish that the Miami Heat could give some type of way to get them out there and competing for your team, I think you would go Kel'el, obviously. Keyshawn Johnson's probably second on that list after everybody. Then I'd probably say Isaiah Stevens with the way that he's playing. Alondes Williams with his explosiveness. We know what Cole Swider can do. Josh Christopher has been an absolute sniper and has provided, you know, just endless boost for this team. And then that's not even to mention Pelle, who I don't think I've seen him really play a bad game, but I don't know if we've necessarily had, mind you, I didn't see the last 2 full games, but you can just see like he typically is just in the margins. He's trying to put his teammates in the right place. He's not necessarily a look scorer first. I've rarely said, oh, that dude's playing a real stinker. Like Pelle's lost, he doesn't know what he's doing. No, he just seems like he does a little bit of everything. And so you're talking about, 7 deep on this. That's not even to mention Zion Poland, who's been pretty decent. It's been this is a really fun roster to watch. And if they are able, by some miracle, to keep all of these guys in the fold, Coach Dan Mazzocchi is going to have himself a hell of a squad in Sioux Falls. Really, really exciting. This has been an exciting summer. And you know, the rat bastards will be out there and they'll be saying like, you know, doesn't make up for not getting well. I understand it doesn't, but this does speak, and I've said this on many accounts when we're talking draft season and when we're talking about how these guys find the gems that they do. This is where it all starts. They're very good at this. They're very, very good at this, and this in a league where this is becoming even more and more valuable. When you see the skyrocketing salaries and look at all the guys that the Heat are getting paid now because of how valuable this is becoming very, very important. And so, man, today was just such an outstanding showing by Coach Dan and the boys, because they felt like the winning matters. Come out, stay undefeated, but not only that, keep your margin of victory on top of everybody else, which they obviously did today, and probably crushed that by even more with this lopsided laugher that they were able to put on the Toronto Raptors in this one. Just a killer performance all around. But this has been an absolute fun summer league, and I'm excited. The only disappointing thing was that Keyshawn Johnson was hurt, so you weren't able to see him out there today with his ankle injury, because he's been an absolute delight. He's not only been an absolute delight with his production, I think everybody's kind of fallen in love with his persona. And I think that's kind of been the only argument from out of summer league. It's like, well, which guy was the guy out of Arizona that wasn't drafted? And that's not a knock on Pelle Larsson, even though if it may come off as that. It's just that I think it speaks more to just how good Keyshawn has been for this Miami Heat squad. So, but Swedish Swish got a lot of love. He really he already got it out of the gate today with a 3-ball, 4-point play, then gets an and one. So, you know, he made his impact known as well for your Miami Heat, who get this win and keep it rolling for this fun-loving summer. It's good to be back, everybody. Appreciate everybody who's been asking. I've been absolutely fine. And you'll be hearing and seeing plenty of it. You'll be sick of me, dude, after all the stuff I'm going to be posting the next coming weeks. So it's good to be back, everybody.